Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Raven, a mental health enthusiast. And today we are talking social anxiety. I have social anxiety, you guys. Oh my God, do I have social anxiety. If you're anything like me, you get the sweats. This is already off to a very sexy start, right? I get the sweats. In all seriousness, or perhaps in all laughter, I don't know, I have social anxiety. And so this is a very personal topic to me. A lot of the things that I talk about, I have depression, anxiety, social anxiety, generalized anxiety, panic disorder, the whole thing. Well, anyway, I feel like I developed social anxiety over the years, and part of that is probably because, you grow older and you become more and more aware of things, and so, and you become more and more aware of your own body and your own space. And so sometimes social anxiety will develop, and it has for me. And by the way, you guys, I have my iPad in front of me. It just has my notes on it, so I know exactly all of the good juicy stuff to tell you guys. So I have 10 tips or 10 different ways or 10 whatever to help you work through your social anxiety. I'm not claiming that this is going to cure you, because I know better than anybody how how difficult social anxiety can be on a person. Oh my gosh. So Summer Walker, right? Let's talk Summer Walker for a quick second, but just a quick second, because I don't know too much. I don't like to be talking on other people, if I don't know a bunch about them. But Summer Walker, she has openly come out and said, hey, I have social anxiety. And the response has been disappointing, to say the least. I work so hard. I am starting to work so hard. I will continue to work so hard to normalize mental illness, mental struggles, mental health, mental hygiene. And it is frustrating to me the way they treat this girl after she has blatantly said, hey, I have social anxiety. I get freaked out around people. And people still aren't very, just people collectively aren't very sympathetic or empathetic to that. And that is frustrating, but that's okay. We have work to do. I will continue to do the work myself, and hopefully you will as well, and others, and we will do it all together. And eventually we will get to a point where I'll say this again, and I'm going to continue to say it forever and ever and ever probably. I look forward to the day where we get to a point where we treat our mental health with the same reverence and respect and seriousness as we do our physical health. Taraji P. Henson just came out with a video with either Self magazine or L. I'm not sure which platform, but she just came out. She just said, they just posted a video on YouTube where she talks about her own struggles with depression and anxiety. And she specifically says, we Black people in particular, we don't mind talking about, heart attacks, heart disease, diabetes, even AIDS, cancer. But for some reason, we will not talk about mental illness. Why? It has to stop. Period. It's not cute. It's not cool. It's not helping anybody. You can see I'm very passionate about it. It's disheartening, the Summer Walker situation, but that's okay. I'll take it as a gauge. It allowed me to gauge where we are as a collective community and a collective consciousness. And again, like I said, I know that we have work to do. So anyway, let's go ahead. Enough of me rambling about mental health and stuff like that, but let's go ahead and get into these 10 tips for dealing with social anxiety. These are good. All right, so watch them all, because these are really good. Number one, again, my notes are right here. So number one is dress to impress yourself. Dress to impress yourself. Y'all, I don't know what it is about when you feel confident in what you look like that makes you feel a little bit better about being out in social situations. But I know for a fact that if, I'm not looking my best or feeling my most confident, oh my God, I clam up and I kind of go back and I kind of like, like sink back into my shell around people, and my pit sweats start to go. And then, it just like, it triggers the social anxiety. So make sure you dress to impress, but whatever that means for you. Okay, that don't mean dress up. That just means, it can mean dress up, but it means whatever it means for you. In other words, I want you to put on your armor. Okay, put on your armor. And for me, that means looking good, doing my hair, my makeup, because I'm girly, my hair, my makeup, doing a cute outfit and feeling good. The second thing that you can do to help you work through your social anxiety is to remember that people are much more concerned with themselves than they are you. Oh, this is a good one. Y'all, you have to remember, this is what I like to say. Everybody is the star of their own movie, and the rest of us, everybody else, is just the supporting character. So remember that. When you go out into public and you're like freaking out, like, oh my God, everybody's staring at me. They might be looking, okay, sure, whatever. Maybe I'll give you that. But I promise you, you are not as interesting to them as they are to themselves, okay? They are so concerned with like what they got going on, what they wearing, I don't know, their own insecurities that I promise you, they ain't even worried about you like that. You know what I'm saying? So don't freak out, okay? Remember, they're more concerned about themselves than they are you. Okay. Number 3, try to put something happy in your hands. I like this one. Put something happy in your hands. What does that mean? So I like to, in my vision board video, I talk about how I like to hold cups of tea in my hand, and I like to feel the warmth of the tea from the cup, and I like to smell the aroma, and that's my happy. That's what I hold. That's the happy that I hold in my hand. You can also use a fidget spinner. You can use a stress ball. I used to walk around campus when I was going to school at, well, I won't say what school, but when I was going to a college or university, I would literally walk around campus with a stress ball because my social anxiety was that bad. I'm not even kidding you. Just walking around and walking amongst so many different people just really freaked me out. And so I would have my stress ball, and people probably thought, oh, whatever, like, no one, it's a college campus, like it's not really that crazy for someone to have a stress ball. So try walking around with a stress ball, like whatever, And then last but not least, you can have your phone in your hand. Now, I don't want you to ignore the people that you're spending time with, but if you need it, if you need a distraction or you need a scapegoat, you have permission. You can go ahead and use your phone for that, okay? Number 4, tip number 4 for dealing with your social anxiety in that moment, chew a piece of gum. Y'all, this sounds so like, what? Like, it sounds so simple, but it works. It just, I don't know what it is about chewing gum. It's so relaxing because like, don't people who are trying to quit smoking, don't they start chewing gum to help calm their nerves? Oh my God, I'm a genius. Chew gum, it really helps to sort of calm the body down, to calm that nervous system down, to activate that parasympathetic nervous system, which is what we want, in those social situations, in those anxiety inducing situations. Tip number 5 for working through your social anxiety is to secretly use your favorite grounding technique. Oh, I love this one, guys. I have a really good video here on my channel about my favorite grounding technique. Okay, you basically visualize yourself as a tree and your roots that are growing out of the bottom, the soles of your feet and your root chakra. Your roots grow all the way down, deep, 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 deep down into the earth. And that just allows you to begin to come back down to the present moment. Okay? So utilize your favorite grounding technique. And I like grounding techniques because a lot of times you can just do them and nobody even knows you're doing them. You just be sitting there like staring off. But you're visualizing yourself as a tree. Ha ha. Tip number 6 for working through your social anxiety is if you feel safe and comfortable enough. That's important. If you feel safe and comfortable enough, let the people that you're with know that you have anxiety or that you get anxious around people. Okay? So the reason why I think this could be a good idea is because it can be easier for you to take breaks when you need it. So if they already know what's going on, you can just be like, I'm getting a little freaked out. I'm about to go holler at that bathroom real quick, or I'm about to just go hang out in my car really quickly. I'll be back. And they'll be like, okay, cool. They get it, right? They're already briefed. So this could be a good idea for that reason. Also, it's always nice to have an ally, right? When we're dealing with social anxiety or even a depressive episode, it's nice to have an ally. It's just nice. Tip number 7 for working through your social anxiety is have a planned way of decompressing, regrouping, or even escaping. Okay? So this is really good. You need to plan your escape route, okay? Because honestly, social anxiety really can be that bad. So, for example, anytime we have a family gathering, right? I always know that in a pinch, if I get freaked out or triggered, or I don't know, somebody brings up something and I'm like, ooh, you know what I mean? Or somebody says something crazy and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. Trigger. If I get triggered or anything, I know that I can always go to my car. I can always go sit in my car and take a break, have a breather. You know what I'm saying? That's like my escape route. I know that I'm never stuck. And that is really important when you have social anxiety, because if you feel stuck, that can easily send you into a panic attack. And you do not want to experience a panic attack. It is terrible. Okay? So just plan a little something. Or maybe you're at the mall and you're like, you know what? I have this special place. Actually, I do. I have a special place in the mall where I know I can go and have a little sit down. No one ever sits there. It's like inside a certain store. I can go, I can sit down, I can rest, I can regroup. It's quiet because I have like this, I have sensory issues with noise and lights. And so I can go there and sort of allow myself to regroup. So I urge you, I plead with you to plan your way of decompressing or escaping if necessary. Tip number 8 for dealing with your social anxiety is to plan time to decompress at the end of the day. This one's really good. So, right, so we have our plan in the moment if we need a break, right? While we're there, say we're going to the mall. Okay, we have our plan of dealing with, you know, we have our plan of escaping from all of the people and the noises and the lights and stuff. But you also should have a little routine for debriefing yourself at the end of a day where you know you're going to expose yourself to, you know, maybe some scary or uncomfortable social situations or anxiety inducing social situations. So for me, I know that I need quiet time after spending time with other people. That even includes my husband and my kids. Like, I am a true introvert. I do have extroverted ways, but I really am a true introvert at my core. And I need that alone time, that downtime to regroup and just recollect myself. You know what I'm saying? And so since I know that I need to save time for myself to just be and do anything and everything or whatever it is that I want to do. Got me? And I do have a video right here on my channel about what to do after a bad day. I think it's like how to recover from a bad day or something like that. But it has some really good tips in it that I think could help you sort of wind down after being exposed to an anxiety inducing social situation. You got me? I hope you got me. Charge it to the game, not my heart. Okay, so tip number 9 for working through your social anxiety that I have is to journal about your experience. I love journaling. You guys know this by now. I love journaling. I believe in journaling. I believe in self-reflection and self-discovery and trying to tap into that subconscious mind that is really rich with information and insight. I love journaling. If you haven't seen any of my other videos yet and you don't know, right now, this is my favorite journal. I love black journals. I don't know, they're dark, like my emotions. You know, I'm emo on the inside, man. I got my favorite pen, you know. I love journaling. I think that if you journal about your social anxiety inducing experiences. So if you go to the mall, I keep saying the mall because that's just like the mall gives me anxiety. If you go to the mall and you freak the heck out, when you come home and debrief yourself, I urge you to journal about that situation. What happened? Write it all down. Why do you think it happened? Why do you think you have this thing called social anxiety? What could you do differently? Please don't avoid the situation. I don't think it's healthy to isolate yourself. But what could you do differently? Maybe try some of these other techniques, man. I'm telling you, these are some good things. These are some good tips. Really, seriously, they help me. And I'm a regular old person, so I know they'll help you too. Okay. Oh, and also if you go to the mall and you have a good experience and it's not as bad as you think, journal about that too. Okay. What went right? What was it like? What did that feel like? Be honest, true, and open. Like I always say when you're journaling, be honest, true, open, and raw, and be unapologetic. Okay. Also, please know I do have a journal and notebook line coming out. If it's not already out, I'm not sure, but you'll know all about that. If you subscribe, please subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know everything that's going on with me, okay? But they're going to be dope journals, just like this one. If you want a sneak peek of what the journals are going to look like, you can watch my vision board video, and I'll put that in the eye and in the description box, and you can see some of my journal designs on my vision board if you want to see what those are like. They're gonna be really nice and I think you'll like them. I hope you'll buy them. Support me. Yay! And finally, number 10, the 10th tip that I have for you for working through your social anxiety is to be kind to yourself. Please be kind to yourself, you guys. Don't beat yourself up for having social anxiety, okay? Lots of people have issues. It is not that deep, okay? And by it is not that deep, I mean, don't let people try to sit here and act like, I'm so perfect, darling. My mental health is pristine. I mean, if it is, that's amazing. But a lot of times that's just not true, especially with the world we live in, the environment we live in, the situations we're going through with the technology that we have. I always say we are more connected in this world. We are more connected in this world than we ever have been. But we are also much more disconnected than we ever have been. And again, that's why I started Let's Talk, the Let's Talk initiative, the Let's Talk message, the Let's Talk movement. That is my initiative that I started to encourage people to start talking to each other again for the sake of feeling like a person. I mean, really, that's it. If you want to know more about the Let's Talk initiative, you can visit our Instagram at Let's Talk for Mental Health, and I'll put that somewhere on the screen so you can see that. It's also in the description box. It always is. So you can go check that out, okay? Don't mentally punish yourself for having social anxiety. Just don't do it. I do not give you permission. That is all that I have for you today. You guys, those are some really good tips. They're really good. They're really, I'm patting myself on the back. Those are some really good tips. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you found those 10 tips to be useful. Down in the comment section, I love the comment section. Down in the comment section, please let me know, how do you cope with your social anxiety? That's if you have social anxiety. Even if it's undiagnosed, how do you cope with anxiety in social situations? I'd love to know if you have something that's not on this, if you have like a tip that's not on this list that I did, please let us know in the comment section, girl. Put us on. We trying to be relaxed in public. We trying to thrive, okay? Let's help each other. That's all I have for you today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please hit that bell notification so that you're notified as soon as I post a new video, just like this one. All right, y'all, this is a good one. I'll see you next time. Bye.